Dan Moskal here, and we're talking about how to deal with the critics, those folks that'll that'll criticize you for wanting to help others. And I think that's kind of the biggest thing at the end of the day, is when you really know you're helping others and that other people are hungry for what you have and what you're passing along. The critics can sit from the sidelines and judge and criticize, but what are they pointing at? What do they have to, you know, why not just do it better? Why spend your time criticizing others? Then I think your energy would serve you a lot better if you go and just make whatever you're criticizing better. I'm not talking about, bad services or bad experiences, but some folks in the world, and I could share plenty of examples, but they'll look to you, and just because you're doing something and you're out there, you have a bullseye on you. And I can't help but think of that movie with Kevin Spacey, Pay It Forward. I believe that's what it was, but it was about paying forward good things and being nice to the world and being a winner in the world and extending a helping hand to those that you don't know, those that you do know. And some folks instead pay forward that negativity that they received from somewhere, and that they happy people don't find things to criticize others about. Happy people, they may people can disguise it as constructive criticism, but I don't know what criticism, it doesn't serve anybody that I know any good, whether it's the critic or the person being criticized. NFL players don't read and don't pay attention to the news, in part to insulate themselves. The same thing with actors. They don't read the critics' reviews, because partly if you listen to them too much, you might get, get blown up too big and have some humble experiences ahead of you. We all have tough times in life. And I like the Dan Kennedy says, why create a group of people or a stadium full of people that are just waiting to applaud your difficulty? And that's what you do when you criticize people. You don't create goodwill. The best way to do constructive criticism is, one, to just not do it at all, and two, to instead point out the good things. you know, be be an encourager, accentuate the good things, because people get better with everything they do. I mean, have you heard a kid? I'm sure that happens, but an 8-year-old kid doesn't really criticize me. I've got a friend who's an 8-year-old, little Miss Jordan, and we have some dance routines, but she doesn't criticize me for getting the wrong steps and doing it wrong. Instead, we have to practice, practice, practice. And as a human being, we have to practice, practice, practice. And, criticizing and just spreading that negativity out into the world, it comes back to you, and it just, you're not doing anybody any good, and especially not yourself. If you're spending your time looking at all the negatives about something. I dated a girl or a woman, and shared a Dale Carnegie. It was one page from Dale Carnegie's, I want to say How to Win Friends, or I believe that's it, but she found a alleged spelling error. That book's been in print for like 50 years, or a typo or something. Or, what are you spending your energy and your effort on? Are you looking for the good in the world, the things that are happy? Yeah, maybe Dale Carnegie did have a typo, but Dale Carnegie's made a tremendous influence, and has been one of the people that have given me that information that I was so hungry and desperate and would have traded my left leg for. He's someone I aspire to be like. So don't be a Monday morning quarterback. Don't criticize others. And the best way to help change others, or to get the things that you want, is to, that, just like that cliche song, accentuate the positive. And it'll make you a whole lot happier too. Uh, Pay forward the goods. So this is Dan Moskal. I've got a website, Dan Moskal University. I've created a SEO free report if you are interested in SEO. I've got a lot of other information marketing, online marketing information over there. I've been doing it online full time since 2006. And no matter what you're doing, and the more you do in the world, the more criticism you get. Let me leave this last. So I was 27 or 26, 27, 28, somewhere around there. Did a national television commercial trying to help men because I was once a desperate guy and didn't know how to talk to women. I thought women were somehow these different species from outer space, and so I've helped some friends, growing up, and I was lucky enough to be able to turn this into an opportunity. And anyways, I received endless criticism for a 30-second spot for saying backslash instead of slash. I was telling listeners to go and visit a website. And if you really think about it, think about how you'd, if you criticized your kid for saying backslash or for not hitting the baseball right, or I don't, criticism just doesn't serve anybody any good. You're just sticking your finger into the world and being a negative influence on people, and you're giving somebody else something to pass forward. Like, it's hard to deal with a lot of the criticism and a lot of the negativity, but insulate yourself as best you can and surround yourself with good, positive, encouraging, uplifting people. So please, I know you're great. Bottom line, we're all great, and we're all members of this human race. And if I can make any, people talk about money, and money's important, but if you can really make a difference and really what it a much more, and you hear these folks say it all the time that have done great things with their life, they say it's so much more rewarding to hear those personal stories. I bet Dale Carnegie would feel a heck of a lot more satisfaction knowing that he helped me so much, and I still read his stuff on a regular basis. And Jim Rohn's one of the other great teachers I've had, and Earl Nightingale, and the people that you know about, that you hear about from others that have made a tremendous impact on other people's lives, are the people in the books that you need to read and pay attention to. And don't listen to the critics. They're Monday morning quarterbacks. Hindsight's always 20/20. And the cool thing is, the more you do, the better you get. Look at Steve Jobs. He didn't create the Mac that I'm talking into right now for this YouTube video. That wasn't his first product. His first product was that old 1980s, there's it's like a collector's edition now, his first computer, the first mouse. Part of life and part of growth and stuff is making things a little bit better. And if you can find things that are wrong and then make them better, great. But don't spend your time criticizing the wrong things. Instead, spend your time and your energy on doing something better. If you don't like it, change it. So this is Dan Moskal. Again, thanks for listening. Please don't pay the critics any attention. Oftentimes it's jealousy, and sometimes it often comes disguised as constructive criticism. And it's really difficult when it comes from family and relatives and folks who are in places of importance to you. But if you're really doing something good and have a real desire to help other people and make this world a little bit better and a little bit easier for somebody else, you have that peace of mind. So don't listen to them, because I guarantee you have things that could benefit me massively. So this is Dan Moskal. Please comment below. Please leave any specific questions or concerns. Visit danmoskaluniversity.com. I've got some great helpful information. I want to help you, and if there's anything I can do to help you, please let me know. So have a great afternoon.